tonight on 4th and a Mile, Peyton Manning shits on ESPN. Is Hugh Jackson going to be able to take the Browns to the Super Bowl this year? Poop jokes aside. Also, Darius Guis has asked if he's gay by an NFL team. So, all that and more. Stay tuned, guys. I swear sometimes this keyboard or the software that I use is just way too damn sensitive, and it goes, like, all I gotta do is scroll over the transition button and it just automatically transitions even though I'm not pressing anything. That kind of gets on my nerves. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to the show that's not going to end yet. This is 4th and a Mile. I am your host, the Pharaoh, or God King, if you will, of Planet Adam. I am Adam Fernandez, and we've got a lot to talk about. A lot of it is, well, in my childish humor, it's a lot of poop jokes. I had to change one of the jokes around at the very end so that it wouldn't offend some people, because that's what I'm trying to not do. But we've got a lot to talk about in the world of the NFL. Today's pretty much going to be an all NFL day, but guys, before I start there, don't forget, go over to bandcamp.com. Check out A Bloody Chasm. Those are friends of mine, Jocelyn Gonzalez, Matt Hutton, and the rest of their band. They are the ones who have been gracious enough to allow me to use their song, I Want to Rock and Roll, as the entrance music. They got a plethora of other music on there. If you're into stuff like Cancer Slug or the Misfits or anything like that, spooky metal. Oh man, I forgot my microphone, damn it. Anything spooky like that, as Jocelyn calls it, spooky metal, then you guys would actually love them. Man, this has been a weird night. My damn transition button doesn't want to work, and then I forget my microphone and all that fun stuff. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can hear me now. Anyways, so go on over there to bandcamp.com, check them out, download some of their music. They have promised me that they will not eat your face if you download the music. However, if you don't download the music, then all bets are off. So, alright guys, so let's get into this now. We got a lot to talk about in the world of football. Let's start off with the biggest news of the day, and that has been, and this is probably the first time anybody has said this, maybe ever, the biggest news of the day has been the Cleveland Browns. Yes, the Cleveland Browns are the center of the NFL world today. They have picked up Jarvis Landry, Demarius Randall, and Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor, the former quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. Jarvis Landry, the former wide receiver of the Miami Dolphins and New Orleans Saints. And Demarius Randall, defensive back from Green Bay. They traded them for, in total, a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, a 7th-round pick. And they also traded DeShone Kizer, the beginning of the season starting quarterback for the Browns, to Green Bay to get Demarius Randall. Excuse me. So they have really made a blast. My guess is what they're doing with Tyrod Taylor is he is just going to be a stopgap for this year. I'm still thinking that with the first overall pick, they're going to pick up, my guess is either going to be Josh Allen or Baker Mayfield. If I'm the Browns, I'm going Baker Mayfield. That's just me, though. And they're going to let him basically be groomed in that first season, have Tyrod Taylor be the starter, and then from there, Tyrod Taylor will take up the role as backup for whichever one they draft. Again, I think that Baker Mayfield is the better of the two, statistically speaking at least. There's still a chance that they're going to go after Josh Rosen, even though Josh Rosen is kind of hinted during the offseason that he doesn't want to go to Cleveland. But I really think that if they pick Josh Rosen, after seeing these pickups today, especially Jarvis Landry, the fact that they're going to have Duke Johnson running behind him, this might be a team to, I'm not going to say to make it to the playoffs. I don't think they're going to be that good yet. It takes some time to gel. But this is a team that I think could surprise a lot of people with maybe, I mean, hell, it's not going to take much to have more wins than they did last year. They went 0-16. So, I mean, if they get 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, which I think is a real possibility now, this could be a team that in years to come might actually start making a push for the playoffs, for the division. Now, they play in possibly the hardest division in the AFC North, where you got Pittsburgh, you got Baltimore, you got Cincinnati. All three of those teams have been competitive over recent years. Maybe not so much Cincinnati this year, but they've been competitive. And so the Browns needed to do something. They needed to do something. Jimmy Haslam has been a bit of a penny pincher as an owner. So they needed to do something. And I think Dorsey, as the GM, has gone out today and done a lot of stuff for them to make them a better team. Now, will it translate on the field? I don't know. I still don't buy into Hugh Jackson as a head coach yet, especially because, well, hell, the guy hasn't really won much. I think he's won in his 3 seasons with the Browns. I think he's won 3 games, I believe. Jason, if you're still here, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So I don't really think that he's the answer in that area. I do think they could have gone out and got a better quarterback than Tyrod Taylor. In fact, they still might. They still might go out and try to pick up Kirk Cousins. Might try to trade for Nick Foles. But I think the smart money is on them drafting Baker Mayfield #1 overall. I think that would be a smart choice. He's young. Well, obviously he's going to be a rookie. So, and in my opinion, he was the best quarterback in college football this year. Hell, he's the Heisman Trophy winner to back that up. So I think that would be the smart move for them. But they could very well still try to pick up Nick Foles or try to pick up Kirk Cousins. So they got a lot of areas they can go, and they still, you know what, they still have a few draft picks too. So they did a lot of trading last offseason to get a bunch of draft picks, and so now they have those draft picks. And so that's just going to make them a better football team now that they also have Jarvis Landry. To me, Jarvis Landry was the biggest pickup of all of them, simply because his numbers are phenomenal. Even out of the slot, he's a phenomenal receiver. My guess is that's exactly where he's going to be. They're going to use him out of the slot as well. But with the Dolphins, he was phenomenal. With the Saints, he was pretty damn good. So they got a lot of things that they could do with him. So, all right, another big move for one of my teams. My Tampa Bay Buccaneers today signed Mike Evans to an $82.5 million 5-year extension. That is huge. That means we're going to have him around for a long time. In football, a 5-year deal, in the NFL at least, a 5-year deal is huge. Baseball, that's a middle-of-the-road deal, but in the NFL, 5 years is a long time. So they've already basically gotten rid of a lot of people that they had last year. So they need to start rebuilding. I still want to see them trade away Jameis Winston. I do not like Jameis Winston as a human being or as a quarterback. I really don't like him being there. I think that they can also pick up a pretty damn good rookie quarterback this year as well. They have Fitzpatrick back, so he can be the starter this year. Let that rookie sit it out. If the Browns get, excuse me, if the Browns go and get Mayfield, the Buccaneers can pick up Josh Rosen. They can pick up Josh Allen if they want to. There's several quarterbacks that are coming out this year that they could get that would be absolutely huge signings for them. So or draft picks for them. So, but Mike Evans has proven also to be one of the very best receivers in the league. He's tall, he's fast, he's physical. He's got a bit of a temper, yes. There's no doubt of that. But all in all, he's a guy that can be your leader in your wide receiving core who can take you to the next level. So, good move by my Buccaneers to re-sign him and get him an extension on his contract. Okay, so some off-the-field stuff now. Peyton Manning he was being pursued by ESPN and Fox. ESPN wanted him to fill in the role of John Gruden, which was on Monday Night Football. Fox, who just got Thursday Night Football, now they're wanting him too, and so they're offering out a huge sum of money for him. But today, Peyton Manning has officially said no to ESPN. He does not want to be a part of their broadcast team. I think there's several reasons in play. First off, Monday Night Football has not been very good in recent years. The games that they've put on, though they've had some decent games, they haven't been top tier games. Usually those were now reserved for Sunday Night Football on NBC. But I think what Fox is going to try to start doing is trying to get the Sunday Night Football game onto Thursday nights. Thursday nights kind of started going downhill as well. But I think that's what Fox is trying to do there. And Peyton Manning wants to be the analyst on the bigger games. And number two is that typically these broadcast teams show up 2 days in advance of the game. So if he was doing Monday Night Football, he'd have to show up there on Saturday. If he's doing Thursday Night Football, though, he can show up there on Tuesday and be fine. I think that's what he's trying to do, is get away from not having to work the weekends. You know, I'm sure that now that he's not a football player anymore, and he hasn't been for a couple of years now, that he wants to be at home on the weekend so he can watch football. Hell, we've seen all those commercials where, you know, he's trying to get his brother over to watch the game and such. You know, I'm not saying that that's really what happens in the house, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. But, yeah, so that is, to me, the biggest reason of the two as to why he doesn't want to go to ESPN and why he doesn't want to do Monday Night Football, why he would much rather do Fox and Thursday Night Football. However, he hasn't signed the deal yet with them either, so we don't know if that's what he's going to do either. There's been a lot of talk about him trying to get ownership of a team with he and his father, Archie, possibly getting Eli involved when Eli retires. So that has been conversation pieces lately. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I mean, they'd have to find partners to do it with them. Pretty much like in baseball, where Derek Jeter is now the owner of the Marlins. Well, the fact is that Derek Jeter's not really the owner of the Marlins. He's a small percentage owner of the Marlins. I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. He's the main owner of the Marlins. It's just Derek Jeter is the face. So there's also that possibility as well. But I think right now, I think he wants to be, you know, back in football. He loves the game. And so I'm hoping to see him on Thursday nights. I would love to see that. They don't know exactly who they would have being the play-by-play. There's been talks about Mike Tirico, but Mike Tirico right now has a contract with NBC. They replaced Bob Costas with Mike Tirico during the Olympics. So if they try to get Mike Tirico, that's going to be hard, very hard for them to do. So, but I mean, there's any number of other candidates that they can choose from. So I think Monday Night Football is going to probably go with someone like Randy Moss, who's been a part of ESPN now for a few years on their pregame broadcast. I think it's still called NFL Countdown. I haven't watched their pregame broadcast in years, but I do know he's been there. So that might be an option for ESPN. They really don't know who's going to be the play-by-play. It's not going to be McDonough. They decided to take him off and put him back in college or on to college football. So ESPN right now, their NFL presence is really kind of waning, and they're paying the NFL if I remember correctly, it's $1.9 billion a year for the rights to Monday Night Football. So my guess is we're going to stop seeing NFL on ESPN here very soon. So, all right, guys. So the last story of the night, and I try to keep Fridays short simply because I got stuff to do. I gotta go out and hang out with some peoples. But also, guys, don't forget too, before I get into this last story, that this is going to be the last live broadcast of 4th and a Mile. What I'm going to start doing starting Monday is I'm going to start recording it earlier in the day, putting it on YouTube, and then sharing from YouTube to Facebook and to Twitter. So that's going to be the way to watch the show from this point moving forward. Also, guys, we're still doing a drawing for the $20 Amazon gift card. What you got to do there is go to the YouTube channel of the YouTube show. I will be sharing this on YouTube as soon as I'm done broadcasting live. And all I want you guys to do there is like the video, comment down below what you're going to get with that $20. Now, I do want you to tell me it's going to be something sports related, some sports gear of any kind, something like that. I'm not saying that that's what you have to buy. Just lie to me, people. Lie to me and make me feel good. So you do that, then you get entered in to win the $20 gift card to Amazon. If you don't live here in San Antonio, if you're still here, if you do it, then guess what? And you win the drawing, guess what? I'm mailing it to you. It's cool. So, all right, guys. So that's what we're going to do with that. But yes, starting Monday, we will not be doing the live broadcast anymore. We're going to do it pre-recorded, and then I'll share it on Facebook. So I think that'll give a lot of people reason to actually go watch the YouTube show. So you can watch it whenever you guys want to, which is essentially what I'm doing right now anyways. But yeah, that's more of what I want to have happen, is make it like a real podcast. So, all right. So the last bit of news that I'm going to talk about tonight is something I meant to talk about last night too, but I just got bogged down with a bunch of other stuff that I just decided to go ahead and push this off till tonight. So Darius Guis, he is a running back formerly of the LSU Tigers, one of the very best running backs in the entire country in college football. He was at the scouting combine this past weekend, where he looked good. I don't think he moved up too high or dropped low. I think he put up some good numbers at the combine. But in an interview after the combine, now he doesn't say what team or teams it was that were asking him this, but he was apparently asked by at least one NFL team if he liked men, and then further they asked him, and I'm going to try to quote this word for word here, so I hear your mother sells herself. How does that make you feel? So, okay, there's a lot of takes on this one here, guys. First off, that is a shit thing to ask. That is completely inappropriate. It's happened before, according to other guys that are currently in the NFL. But here's the thing. It's completely inappropriate. I don't know why the hell, especially given the media today now. I'm going to tell you right now that, I read this about this interview on already several different articles, and it's the media pouncing on it like that the NFL is homophobic and the NFL is racist because of Darius Guis saying that that he was asked these two questions, at least by one team. And I'm not doubting him at all. I'm not saying he wasn't asked these. I understand the purpose for asking these questions. That purpose is to see how the player would react to really an out of left field dumb shit question from the media. Because you don't want to have one of these guys like Randy Moss, who was known to get hot and fiery with the media, Terrell Owens as well. You don't want to have one of those guys on your team who can potentially be, because of his media presence, be a cancer to the team. And so I can see asking real weird oddball questions to try to throw them off, to say basically, what the fuck did you mean by that? But these kind of questions, and that is the intent of them. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what the intent is. But these kind of questions are stupid for so many damn reasons. First off, again, you're just setting yourself up for a media storm. If it comes out what team this was or what teams this was that asked him, then you can rest assured that the media is going to be all over them until the end of next year's Super Bowl. Basically talking about how that organization is homophobic and racist. You can rest assured of that. Now, it's also stupid because who gives a shit? Really? I mean, nobody gives a shit if there's a gay guy in the NFL. Nobody does. Nobody was pissed off that Michael Sam got drafted because he was gay. The reason people were pissed off was more, I guess, in the sense that they felt that it was being shoved in their face. So I'm not going to tell you what side of the fence I'm on either way on that one. But that was more of what it was. They don't give a shit if anybody in the NFL is gay. No fans do. As long as you can go out there and you can make a fucking tackle or throw a ball 60 yards with accuracy or can run a 4.40, guess what? You're going to be loved by the fans. It doesn't matter what sexual preference you are. Asking about someone's mother, again, that's fucking retarded. It's the dumbest thing ever. And man, I think I'm already going to be demonetized. Not that I'm going to get any money for this episode anyways, let's be honest. But, yeah, I think I'm going to be in some kind of trouble with YouTube for this episode because of stuff I've said so far. But you don't need to go that route to see how they're going to react to that. If you're going to ask questions that you want them to get to have a heated exchange in, just to see their reaction, ask them about something they did during their during their college football days. And I don't mean anything. If they had a history of off the field issues in college, then yes, I can see asking those questions. But if it's someone that doesn't, and as far as I know, Darius Guis hasn't had any incidents off the field, then, what you want to ask is, well, why the hell didn't you make that block? Or why the hell did you let yourself get tackled? And ask it in a pretty brutal way just to gauge their reaction. That's what you should be doing. Don't ask someone, well, I hear you're gay, or I hear you like men, or I hear your mom sells herself. That is disgustingly lowball, man. So if it happened, because I'm not saying that Darius Guis is lying, but I'm also not saying that there was a team that asked him. I don't know. All the reports I've read, all the articles I've read are just that have said pretty much exactly what I've told you guys, was that he was asked those two questions, and there's been other issues of players saying the same thing in the past. Now, we don't know what team it is or teams, so I'm not going to start casting blame on anybody for these questions. But again, if it's going on, then NFL owners, you guys need to find out that this is your coaching staff that's doing this. You need to come down hard on your head coach. My guess is it's probably not a head coach. It's probably a coordinator or someone below. And then, so have your head coach fire whoever the fuck that was. Fire him. Get him out of there. Show a sign that, you know what, we're not going to take you guys doing this kind of crap. yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what you got to do. If it is the head coach, and I understand you don't want to fire your head coach over this. I can understand that. And I agree with that. I mean, your head coach is the center of your strategy from this, or from the end of the Super Bowl last year, which was just a couple of weeks ago now, going forward. Those questions are always weird. Remember, they asked us. Yeah, no, they did, and that was one of them that I was talking about. I didn't bring that one up in particular. I didn't bring up any of them in particular, but no, that's a good point. They've been doing this for years, and it's ridiculous that they do this shit. Simply because, again, with the media nowadays, and I'm telling you, I was reading a bunch of articles about it, and they were basically speaking in a way of there's a homophobic presence in the NFL. And that's exactly what the NFL doesn't need, especially with the numbers as bad as what they are right now. You don't need to alienate more people. You know, the numbers in the NFL have dropped drastically, and you're alienating more people by these teams doing this, if they're in fact doing it. Again, I don't know for a fact that they are. There's never really been any solid evidence one way or the other on this. I'm not calling Darius Guis a liar. I'm just saying I don't know for a fact that he was asked this. But I'm also saying that, you know what, I got to kind of believe the guy simply because he said it and nobody else has said no, it was never asked. Now, granted, that is a big to do with the fact that we don't know what team it was or teams that asked him that. But, again, yeah, something needs to happen here. If it was, I mean, I'm sure the NFL is going to start investigating this. And if they find out what team, then they need to come down on that owner and tell him, hey, you need to take action. Have that owner take action on the head coach. Have that head coach take action on whoever the hell it was that asked those stupid questions. And seriously, this crap needs to stop. Period. I don't like seeing politics in my sports. And I'm not saying this is necessarily political, but it's kind of teetering that line. It's social values and shit. And I don't want to see that in my sports either. You know, I don't care to see politics while I'm watching football or baseball. Any other sport that I really don't watch, fuck it, I don't care. But football and baseball, leave sports out of it. Or leave politics, or rather, out of it. You can't take sports out of sports. But yeah, seriously, get it out of there. Get social issues out of there. It doesn't have a place in sports. My opinion. I may be wrong, but in my opinion, and opinions are like assholes, everybody has one. In sports, I don't care about your politics or your social issues. If you can run the football, if you can throw the football, if you can hit a home run, if you can throw a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, that's all I give a shit about. Period. I don't give a shit what your political platform is, your social platform is. I don't care. All I care about is what you do on the field. So, keep that kind of shit out of there. And if these are NFL teams really asking these questions, and I have no reason to think that Darius Guis is making it up, then NFL teams, you guys need to get your coaching staffs in check and slap them the fuck around a little bit. Let them know that this kind of stuff is not at all tolerated. Fire a low-level coach if that's what it was. If it was the head coach, fine his ass. You know, so... Alright, guys. Do we have any questions? Anything at all? Any comments, complaints, suggestions? Anything? If not, then it's cool. I'm going to be probably going out here in just a few minutes as soon as I upload this to YouTube. Again, guys, don't forget. First off, go to bandcamp.com. Check out A Bloody Chasm. Matt, who was here earlier, Jocelyn, they are two members of A Bloody Chasm. Check them out. They will be more than happy if you guys download their music. And they have assured me that they will not eat your faces so long as you do. Second off, this is going to be the last live stream of Fourth and a Mile. We're going to start going straight to YouTube first, and then I'll share it over here right after that. It's going to be done earlier in the day, so because I'm not going to worry about what time I'm going to be able to get more people on. I'll see you at the greatest concert there, John. Yeah, Michael Graves, guys. If you're still interested in going to the Michael Graves show, last I heard, they still have tickets to the bar, but very few. They have put some more out there online, so you can buy some there. $10 pre-sale tickets, $17 at the door. That's $7 worth of alcohol that you could have drank, but you chose not to because you didn't go pick them up beforehand. But they are running out fast, so make sure you guys go. I was talking to Roll the other night. He said that they're selling really well. So if you guys want to go see the show, make sure you either stop by the bar or get them online. I don't remember what the website is. But yes, I will see you over there at the show. And if there's nothing else then, guys, I hope you guys have a good Friday night. Stay safe. Do what I do, man. Take an Uber. No chance of, or no point of risking, wasting more money or, hell, killing someone or yourself. So be safe out there. Get a ride and all that. Take care of yourselves. So if there's nothing else, guys, you guys have a great Friday night. I love you all. And, of course, besos.